We're live. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody. We're late because of me. 2 minutes late. And then we have, 0 viewers right now? It's great. Anyway, welcome, Jay. How you been?
Good.
So what do you want to talk about today? I heard there's some stocks that are going up irrationally.
Yeah, no, we can get to that. But you got that thing. So congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm doing a lot better. I'm a lot closer to my financial independence goals than I originally thought I was.
Yeah, man, because there's people at work will be like, my boss actually said to me, he goes, "You're one of the hardest workers, but yet why are you here?"
Dude, I swear you could probably make more money. Like if you just stayed at home and just crapped out YouTube videos and did something else, some other side gig, you could probably make more and just chill at home. I mean, unless you like actually going to work, which is fine, I guess. But
I mean, what I'm probably gonna do is I'll keep doing the YouTube thing, and if I make X number of dollars, I start making. I might leave then, because if I could, I mean, I don't actually need to make a lot at all, really, to survive. So it's like if I got myself in a position where I could actually start doing shows and stuff, I would be like, yeah, I'm probably gone.
yeah, I mean, it's liberating to think, oh, I don't have a job I have to go to. I can just make my own money. That's the goal. I just made a video about it, actually.
Well, yeah, I mean, ultimately, that is the goal. The goal is to get up and be like, I really don't have to do anything today if I don't want to. There's like, if you just go, you know what, I have my days where I make sure that I always post videos, and you might get one on this day, but waking up and just being like, I don't have to do anything.
It's a glorious feeling. But like, if you're self-employed though, and you enjoy what you do, you're actually like driven to do something. So I just think it's all around better. All around better. You just have to make enough to do it. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. And the thing is like, trust me, on the way to work, there's days where I go, what am I doing?
Yeah, I'm spoiled, man. I work from home, but even then, it's like I'm chained to this desk for 8 hours.
Well, there's a guy who I know, right? He is 100% retired, drives an Amazon van at night, and works where I work. And he's like a GS9. And I'm like looking at him going, what are you doing, man? Like, how much, like, what you're doing tells me that you're acquiring a whole bunch of material goods.
Oh, so you think he has an inflated lifestyle? That's why he has to work all the... Yeah, like I never understood that. It's like, I'd rather be free and to be able to do what I want rather than have some big stupid house or an expensive car. Those are the two things that'll keep you chained to a job for your entire life.
Well, dude, I up the road from me, there's an old RV, and it's like $26,000, and I just look at that and go, I could just take a mortgage out on that RV and just live in that thing. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to stay in this house that I got, 3-bedroom townhouse, even if I have like 3 kids. But I think an RV would be too small for a big old Bell family.
Yeah, you have a wife and all that, so I don't think it's like, it's not feasible for you. For me, it is.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, if you're single, oh my God, it's like I could probably retire right now if I was single, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I could just make YouTube videos and, I don't know, go party or something. But once you have kids, you got to have health insurance, blah, blah, blah. Then it's like, okay, well, you got to make way more money to retire.
Well, that's the only, like, if I was in your position, and that is the biggest obstacle, is like, get rid of the job. But you got a kid, so you need the health insurance. it's like I've said before, like I'm not entirely married to the idea that the European style vision of healthcare is stupid. I don't know. I don't have enough information at hand. But it's like on some level where it's like how much we all like look at things as a trade-off. How much of your tax money? Like, and the problem with America is they take our tax money and they just give it away in stupid socialized form for no reason. But how much would you pay if in taxes if you woke up and it was like, all right, look, this is what you're responsible for. Your food, your housing. Other than that, out of your taxes, you don't have to worry about like a medical thing bankrupting you, anything like that. It's like, I don't know where the trade-off is. I don't know where the bad ends and the good begins. But
I mean, I think if you're happy, working in a job your whole life, but never really doing great or making a ton of money, you probably would prefer the European system, because in that system, once you make a certain amount of money, they tax the crap out of you. So it's really like you're not going to you can't like shoot to the moon basically and be super successful. But it's the exact opposite in the United States. It's okay, you get less benefits, but you actually have the capacity and ability to make way more money and really make something of yourself. So it depends on the person. Like, are you an entrepreneur? Do you want to be, great, or do you want to be kind of like, average and just, have all your basics covered? That's the difference there.
Yeah, it's just, I'm fortunate in that I don't have health conditions that precluded me from serving. But it's just sometimes I think about it when I go in to the doctor to get health care. I'm like, well, this is socialized medicine. I actually prefer the VA to the outside. Is this the worst thing? I don't know. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. But
yeah, I always thought military healthcare was trash. I always liked the civilian, because like in the civilian sector, it's like, oh, you don't like this one doctor? We'll go to a different one. In the military, it's like, you only got one place to go, and that's it. And then, if the guy sucks, he sucks, and you're screwed.
Yeah, and like I've been fortunate. All the doctors I've gotten through the VA, I've liked. Like my doctor just left, so everything got thrown into limbo, and I'm like, yeah, but I liked my doctor. What happened to her? Like, oh, she left.
Yeah, I like the plan that I have, because I can basically go wherever I want. It's like, okay, this guy sucks. Well, I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to go here. I mean, yeah, it's not free, but you get a lot of options.
Yeah.
Comments. Hi, guys. Let's see this one real quick. For a 20, I pay, wherever I pay, like almost everything is free. Yeah, so that's the thing with the European system is, if you're like lower income, yeah, you're not going to pay a lot of tax. But let's say you made 100,000, whatever your current, I guess it's the euro, 100,000 euros or 200,000. Well, then they're going to tax the crap out of you. And then it's like, okay, do I really want to work if I'm getting taxed this badly? It's completely different in the U.S. You can make like hundreds of thousands of dollars and still not pay high tax rates.
Yeah, and some of my ideas are also tempered by the fact that I lived in Germany for 2.5 years and I knew a lot of Germans. And I mean, this is just anecdotal, but they told me like about their healthcare system, and then I was like, ours, I don't know, is ours the right one?
It does suck, because like it's like that's the big sticking point for people not becoming self-employed is if you quit your job, because your employer pays a big part of your health insurance. So if you quit your job, it's like crap. Now I have to pay the entire thing myself.
Because that's one of the main things I think about. I was like, if we had this system, would we become more entrepreneurial? And see, that's my main thing. Like if I was running society, I would want to incentivize work, and I would want to incentivize entrepreneurs. So like my only question would be, what's the most efficient way to that?
It can go both ways. I mean, you could have people that are freaking lazy. And
yeah.
Well, I'm going to get my health care paid, so I can quit my job and I'll work some pissant job and barely support myself. You're going to have those types. But there are going to be some types that are entrepreneurial. But I mean, if you compare the United States to Europe, I mean, I think we're a lot more entrepreneurial in the United States. I think that's part of the system.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are. It's just, I have seen it. I have seen it where I have seen it argued that they said that a lot of people would like one of the main things holding them back is fear of healthcare in starting their own business. And, it's like that is ultimately the dream is from, at least for me, is to like, you're self-employed and you don't have to answer to anybody. And so there's that rugged individualism there too, where it's like, well, I don't answer to anybody. This is my job,
Yeah, I'm not made to work. Like I'm not good at like sucking up and doing office politics. I never was. That's why I wasn't like blowing it out of the water in the military. But like, tutoring, I just work directly with people. I go on YouTube, I do whatever I want, and then basically people vote with their feet and their time and, eventually give me money. That's how I think. That's how I like it being. I do it on my own merits. I don't have to be promoted or make more money by kissing butt. Being a little
well, that is the thing. That's the problem. And especially where we work, one of the biggest problems, man, is you see it all the time. You see people getting moved up, and it's all because they have the right connections. And you're looking at it, and you're like, that dude is incompetent.
It's the same with the military, dude. I hate any kind of corporate structure or government, hierarchy. I hate it. Maybe I'm a communist, but I just want to
I told you before. I think you would have liked being enlisted in the Air Force. I don't think the officer class is for you. It's just your personality, in my opinion. It's not for me either. Even if I turned around and was like magically back in my 18-year-old body, and then I went to school and got a degree, and I was joining the Air Force, and they said, well, you can go officer, I would have went, I'll stay enlisted. I'll forego the money. I never really cared for the officer class. It's a lot of fakery in politics, and that's not why I'm there.
The only advantage is the money, because I got paid like way more than like an equivalent enlisted guy for time in service. So it was nice because I was able to save more money, so that when I got out, I was a lot more financially secure. So I mean, if you want to do a short stint in the military, I mean, either one works, enlisted or officer. But if you really hate sucking up and politics, maybe not be an officer even for a short amount of time. But at least you get more money. That's kind of like your compensation for having to put up with that garbage.
Well, dude, I had to run the generator for like this officer thing. My commander comes walking out, and like at the time he goes, hey, I was an actual NCO. He goes, hey, Sergeant Noggle. He goes, like, you got any dip on you? I go, yeah. So give him a can, and we're standing there talking. I go, what's going on? He goes, I just needed a break, man. And I go, wow, what's wrong? He goes, it's politics. He goes, he comes out. He's like, I envy you enlisted guys. He's like, you're just out. He's like, what are you doing out here? I go, talking on the phone, making sure the generator runs. He goes, yeah, exactly. He's like, I have to go in there and kiss ass. I go, sorry to hear that, sir.
Yeah.
That's the way it was, man. There were a lot of officers who felt at ease around me because they knew I just didn't give a shit about the politics. So they'd say stuff around me that they wouldn't say around, like, they could. So like we would just be bullshitting like during an exercise, like, yeah, this is fucking stupid. Like, like I'm sitting there with like a lieutenant.
The military stupid? No, that's impossible.
Yeah, or like, hey, Sergeant Noggle, like, you got any of your buddies at the dorms that could run us out some Burger King out here? Exercise, like, yeah, man, I could probably make that happen. So I mean. That's the main advantage. Like at Luke, right? At Luke, you'd be sitting there. You'd be like, bro, I forget what the name of the training was, what the site was called. I'd be like, I'm at such and such. Dude, go to McDonald's, get me like 2 double cheeseburgers and fries. And then your buddy would be like, okay, I'm at the South Gate. you just chuck them over the fence to you. Like you come back into your tent, like, where'd you get McDonald's from, dude? Like, yeah, I got a connection, man.
Yeah. I mean, even enlisted, though, is becoming more political because they changed the rating system for NCOs, at least in the Army. So now NCOs have to, like, they have the, oh, you're in the top 20% or you're in the middle of the pack. So now NCOs even have to, like, kiss more butt to really get promoted because now they have that new, because they're basically rated like officers are. That makes them a lot more competitive, which I feel bad for them now because it's like, okay, well, I mean, if you got to do that crap, you might as well become an officer.
Yeah, and that's also BS because you have, as an officer, if I understand this right, you can resign right there and leave if you want to. I'm stuck there for the duration of the contract I signed.
Yeah, so my initial contract, I owed 4 years, so I had to do that. And then after that, you can submit your packet to get out, but it still takes like 6 months to process. So like I dropped my paperwork and I just waited and waited and waited. So you can't just like instantly get out, but it is pretty quick.
Well, I don't know. There's probably exceptions because I was listening to Rogan's podcast and he was talking about Jocko Willink. And this was another officer in the SEALs. And they go, yeah, Jocko just left. And then Rogan goes, are you even allowed to do that? I think it was Andy Stump. And Andy Stump, who is a SEAL commander himself, goes, yeah, no, you're not allowed to do that. But Jocko just did that and nobody said anything.
He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, that's like a dude who's like, hey, we need you to go through the taps. Like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like, okay, all right, yeah, that's fine. I'll go over here. I'll show. Anybody else tries it, like, you got to go through taps. Like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like, no, you are. You're going to do it.
Yeah, I had to do all that transition crap. It's like mandatory for everybody. It didn't help me in the slightest, but at least I got to get out of my office. So no, and now I'm just a greasy veteran screaming at his his webcam in his house.
Yeah, but so anyways, we should probably talk about finance and stuff.
What? Is this a finance channel? All right, we got to start off with Tesla. Everybody's been talking about freaking Tesla in the comments, so we'll start with Tesla. Has your bull thesis or your bear thesis or whatever it is changed, Jay Nagy?
My what? My bull thesis on Tesla?
Your whatever your thesis is on Tesla. What are your thoughts? What's going on?
I think you're just caught up in another hype run-up cycle where they're like, Hertz is going to buy $100,000 cars or 100,000 cars. Like, Hertz is broke. They don't have $6 billion to pay for these cars. I don't know where you're getting this from. You can go on and look. Everything's negative all the way across.
Yeah, dude, that makes no sense. It's like, if you're just coming out of bankruptcy, why are you buying like some of the most expensive freaking cars? They could get a bunch of Ford Fiestas for probably like half the price. And still probably charge the same equivalent amount to rent them.
Hype.
Yeah, so yeah, that was kind of my theory. It's like, okay, they're just doing it because they want to attach their name to Tesla. And if you attach your name to Tesla, then maybe your stock goes up or whatever. It's
that's what I was thinking was get the hype in, get the stock to run up, and issue more shares.
Oh, yeah, and then the deal will fall through. Oh, we decided we can only afford 20,000 Teslas. And then the stock will probably go up anyway because Tesla.
But allegedly, they said Elon Musk is now worth $302 billion.
No, he's not. Not for long. Man, it's like, it's so obvious to me it's a bubble. Like, I don't know how these people still believe with the stock price it's at now that it's reasonable. It's just ridiculous.
There was an article on, I think, Seeking Alpha where they go through the ridiculous growth Tesla would need to experience to justify a stock price under what it is at today. And it was something like, and I think I ran the numbers, I think to justify it, in 2031, Tesla would have to be worth $9 trillion or 11. I'd have to go back and watch my own video, but somewhere I was just sitting there looking at the numbers going, is this like right? Is my math checking out on this?
You know what's funny? It's like, if you look at the Hertz deal, it's not even that 4 billion or whatever is the revenue. That's not the profit.
Yeah.
So the profit from that deal, and it's going to be future profits, so you have to discount it, is like $600 million. And the market cap went up probably now $200 billion. So you're paying $200 billion for 600 million of future cash flows. Like, what in the heck is going on? This is madness.
Dude, it's and I mean, I've told you before I watched some of his videos, Thunderfoot. I had my sneaking suspicion that Elon Musk was a vaporware salesman, and now I'm pretty much. And the thing is, man, this is what people don't know. I was watching one of Lufufu's videos. Yeah, but he doesn't get it. Like when he starts talking, I'm like, this is the entire problem with the market right here. Is idiots shilling this advice? He doesn't understand. He thinks that Tesla is going to have self-driving cars. Tesla has already said that they would have self-driving cars in 2019. So they keep just pushing it back. Then it was 2021. And we're still not anywhere near level 5 autonomous driving.
Yeah, it's all a scam to keep the stock price up because Elon gets compensated by like how much market cap the company has. At least that's what I understand. So the higher the stock price, all he has to do is pump the stock, and he gets freaking paid. That's his whole trick right there.
Dude, I think Tesla might be the most overvalued company in history. Besides companies that weren't a fraud. Besides, like, Enron doesn't count. But like, I don't
say, like, during the tech bubble, some companies had zero revenue and they were getting like money pumped in. Like this is not that bad. It's still freaking horrible, and it's a massive bubble, and it's obvious. But to anybody that's not a fanatic, but there have been worse situations in history.
But I'm saying, like, a legitimate company. What I mean by when I say it might be the most overvalued company in history is like a legitimate company that produces stuff. I mean, when I looked at their cash flows, it's like they can sustain maybe a 40 or 50 billion dollar market cap at best.
Yeah, it's probably a contender for one of the most overvalued companies. I mean, over $1 trillion. And isn't it like $1.1 trillion now?
Dude, it was like $1,100 yesterday a share. That works out to like $5,500 a share.
Oh yeah, so it's up 3.43% yesterday or whatever, and then it's up 1.27% in after hours. So it's going to add 14 billion more of market cap on freaking Monday, assuming nothing else changes. Like it is. Who is buying this? This is freaking insanity, man. How can you be so dumb? Like, if you work at Wall Street, you should be smart enough to know you're participating in a bubble. Like, you have to be smart enough. If you don't think that, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, you should not be a Wall Street analyst.
Well, you know what the analysts do? They go back and then they try to say, "Oh, well, it went to 1,100. Our new price target is 1,200." Instead of my price target is like $60.
I'd say it could get to 100, maybe 200 in the future would be reason. Because I always compare it to Toyota. You look at Toyota's market cap, which is the largest car company in the freaking world, and it's got like a $250 billion market cap. So assuming Tesla matures and becomes as big as Toyota, it's going to be roughly $250 stock, best case. Which is not even close to what it is right now.
Yeah, I was watching Jeremy's justification, and I was like, dude, you don't know anything, do you? Like, if it was me and I got lucky, like it was a speculative stock that took off, I would be telling you the whole time. I speculated on this. Like, look, don't put money. I got lucky. But he sits there going, well, I'm not selling any of this. His position turned into some ridiculous
He would be
6 or
set for
7.
life if he sold that, but he's not going to.
Yeah. Like, I did the math last night. If you had invested just $5,000 before the Tesla run up, you'd have about $625,000 right now.
Dude, because like what people don't realize is you have gains now. If you don't sell them and then the market crashes, all that money disappears very, very quickly. That's why once you get a certain amount of gain, you need to lock in your profits. Man, if I had 650K in gains, oh my God, I would sell that right freaking now. And then I'd probably retire. If I had that much money like plopped into my lap, I'd retire right now.
Yeah, with the money you have saved, you'd be fine.
I need to like do some insurance fraud or something.
Yeah, dude,
give me $1,000 million.
You need to do some PPP loans.
Yeah, I mean, I am a business. I got a tutoring business, so it's like I need a loan to survive.
Dude, when I watch all these people getting busted for PPP fraud, and I'm like, you morons, you took that money and you bought cars with it. I'd have that crap stashed away in places you couldn't find it, just in case I had to go to jail so I could keep most of the money. Like, I don't know where it went.
You could have just bought VT. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. It's so easy. Why is this hard, ladies and gentlemen?
But I don't know. I don't know when people are going to get their cheeks clapped. I've given up on this making any sense, but I imagine it's going to be somewhere right around the time that the Fed starts raising interest rates.
Yeah, it's so hard to predict. I mean, like it could go to 2,000. It could go to 3,000. It could go anywhere now.
Dude,
there's no logic. There's nothing.
I told you, I'm hoping it becomes the most valuable company on the planet. I hope it hits a $3 trillion market cap. All the while, I'm getting called an idiot until the bubble just pops and people are entirely wiped out. So every single person that talked crap to me about Tesla, I can make a video where I'm just laughing hysterically at you.
You know how much like clout we would have if crypto went to crap, Tesla goes to crap, there's a stock market crash in the US, VT outperforms. You know how freaking good we would look? And I think that's eventually going to happen. And at that point, all the idiots go away, and then we rise.
I was thinking about making a video where I go, I don't even want to make this about money. I want to make this about who's right. I'll bet you $1 VT outperforms your individual stock in your portfolio and any individual stock you want to pick over the next 10 years.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like most stocks are not going to outperform. And if somebody buys it, it's going to be at the wrong freaking time. Oh, the stock went up. I'm going to buy it. And then the next 10 years, it's flat or goes down.
Well, because this is the thing where people get on you is they go, oh, well, Tesla's not worth what it's, when's it going to crash? Like, I can't predict that, man. I can just tell you that the underlying fundamentals do not justify this stock. Like, it's, I don't know. I don't know when it's going to crash. I just know that if you buy it now, you're overpaying and you're never getting your money out.
Yeah, I got to piss it. I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
All right, no worries. I'll try. Yeah. Hello. Hey, what's going on? Gamma Squeeze Tesla. I hope so. Dude, if you sold a third of your Tesla position, man, I don't know, consider taking more profits. I don't know what to tell you to do with it because it's impossible to know whether it's going to go to like $3,000 a share or down to like 100. Talked to a lot of people from around the world during the pandemic. Yeah, I have a tendency to agree with you there, Kay. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. Tesla.
Where is Tesla going? Yes, I watch the UFC. I haven't been for a while, but I normally do.
It's going to the truck stop.
Tesla is almost worth more than Amazon. Makes no sense. Yeah, and Amazon's overvalued too. If you go and you look at it, I mean, its PE ratio's in the 50s or 60s.
Oh, somebody's talking trash here. Strongman, you need to hit the gym. You getting that dad bod. I'm freaking jacked, bro. Let me take my shirt off. Is that your strategy? You want me to show you my abs, my chest? That's what he wants.
Dude, here you go. I shorted Tesla at 1050. Somebody like made a comment on my video. They go, so you're going to start shorting Tesla? And I go, no, dude. Here's the thing. I'm not hating on you for shorting. It's just, it's gambling. It's like, it's seriously like predicting when a schizophrenic guy is going to stab a dude. That's like hey man, okay, so we know this guy over here is crazy and likes to stab people, right? Like, yeah. Like, when's he going to do it? I don't know.
Yeah, shorting is stupid. I mean, like, when I heard about, like, Wall Street Bets and all, like, AMC, I was like, good. Those idiots those hedge funds should not have shorted. It's stupid. Like, I wasn't upset at all that the hedge funds got screwed. I thought it was hilarious. I mean, it's common sense. Like, don't short a stock. You can get freaking annihilated. Infinite losses.
Well, yeah, and it's like everybody wants to talk about Michael Burry making his prediction that the housing market was going to crash. But he was paying a ridiculous amount of money for the short position that he had. And it's like he still, as knowledgeable as he was, couldn't predict when it was going to happen. And it worked out. But it doesn't mean what happens if it took 2 more years for the housing market to crash? That's entirely possible before the vast populace wakes up to the fact that the underlying instruments are worth nothing. So you could have been sitting there for an extra 2 years, and it makes your short position not even worth it.
Yeah, I mean, Tesla's living proof that shorting is not a good idea because, like, everybody, I think most people know it's massively overvalued, but it just keeps going up and up and up and up. And most of the shorts are getting freaking annihilated. So just don't short a stock. If you want to short, buy a put. I mean, it's a waste of money, but buying a put's a lot better than shorting a stock.
I know how that is. I see certain people magically moving up the GS scale. LOL. Yeah, you see them moving up, and you're just going. You're like that guy on the outside. Like, okay, but that guy's dumb.
You got to be self-employed, ladies and gentlemen. That's the goal. That's retirement nowadays. All right. So this is actually an interesting comment. I'm actually going to make a video about this. So I think Kay's right. Wall Street, I think most people on Wall Street do know it's a bubble, but there's 2 types of Tesla investors. There's the people that are momentum, like trading the momentum, trying to make a quick buck, which whatever. I mean, I get that, I guess. And then there's the other people that truly believe that the stock price is representing the fundamentals. That's the 2 sides of the coin. But yeah, Wall Street's probably mostly like, okay, let's try to make a quick trade off of Tesla.
If I measure crappy index funds in Bitcoin, then you ain't making any gains. Okay. I
made pretty good gains over my life.
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been crypto, but again, I'll say this about cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is the future. Okay, tell me which ones. Okay, there's thousands of them right now. So basically what you're doing is gambling. And like I said, man, if you can go to the casino, play blackjack, and win a bunch of money, do it. Just don't look at me and go, hey, man, why aren't you at the casino? I made a ton of money on blackjack. Like, because I don't gamble. It's not for any other reason than I just don't have the time. Which crypto is going to go up? I don't know. I guess I could probably figure it out if I just paid attention to the hype, but I'm not going to do that. I have other stuff I want to do.
Well, just go watch the Dogecoin Millionaire. I mean, I actually watched one of his videos recently, and he's saying like, there's a coin called Floki. I'm not saying to go buy this, but he's like his reasoning was Elon Musk's dog is named Floki or something like that, so therefore that coin has staying power. You know, it's like so stupid, but it could be right.
Floki was a Viking shipbuilder. That's where that name comes from. You can go and you watch the series Vikings, and that's based on historically, if Ragnar Lodbrok was real, Floki was one of his main dudes, and he was a shipbuilder that built a better longboat that helped the Vikings travel further. That's where that name comes from. Oh, it's Elon Musk's dog. Like, no, Elon Musk watched Vikings, and if Elon Musk farted in the room, you would say he's the most clever human being that ever existed.
I mean, I don't get Elon's appeal.
I don't either, man.
He's so weird. It's just like, hey guys, I'm Elon Musk. Oh. I mean, he does some cool things, but still, he's just, I don't know. I don't think I would get along with him if I met him in person.
But the thing is most of everything that he's saying is BS. That those Thunderfoot videos just reaffirmed everything that I thought about Elon. Is that he's just promising you things based on technology. He just understands a little bit better than the average person, so he can talk around them. And because he's got this mystique about him, what he can do is, if you're not getting it and you're sitting there, you're going, yeah, but man, that's, from my understanding, that's not how that works. He can go, well, you're just an idiot. Tesla is doing it. We're going to build tunnels underground under LA, and you will travel at 2 billion miles an hour. And then in reality, it's this tiny tunnel that you have to navigate, and you can drive about 4 miles an hour through. And it's like Elon Musk's projects don't work out. And it's literally like he craps in his hand and flings it at the wall. And then everybody goes, oh, okay, so that's why that didn't work out.
I mean, it's funny, but it's true. Like, oh God, this bubble is gonna be so entertaining. I mean, I hope it runs.
Elon Musk could like paint like a picture that looks like a second grader. He could paint it, and he could talk about Tesla's new art division, and then solving the truck stop problem would be talking about the new painting division from Tesla, and Tesla's market cap would go up by 400 billion.
Dude, the one time I realized, well, I mean, of course he's an idiot, but the what really reinforced that solving the truck stop problem is a moron is when the robot dancing thing happened, and he freaking lost his mind. He's like, oh my God, the implications of a Tesla robot. All because of some idiot dancing on the stage.
Yeah, no, I saw that too, and I was like, you're creaming your pants over a guy dressed as a robot. Like, because
you can see his butt cheeks, maybe that's why, you know.
Well, when Elon Musk is sitting there going, it's going to replace repetitive jobs, like most of those that have been replaced like that, and it's still going further and further with automation. But most of the robots, they don't look humanoid. The robots that make our car are just an arm that just drills stuff in. Like, you're talking about artificial general intelligence, which we are so far away from. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, like the bubble's not going to pop anytime soon. I mean, the funny thing is, like with the robot, it's like, okay, Boston Dynamics or whatever the heck they're called, they've been working on this stuff forever. And then all of a sudden, now Tesla has this much nicer looking robot that's going to be so much better than that one. Like, it's so stupid.
I really do think that what's going to be revealed is he was just a master at pulling the public strings. And I don't think any of his promises are going to work out. When he's like, don't tax me because I'm trying to get us to Mars. And I'm just going, okay, I actually don't agree with that billionaire tax that Biden wants to push through. And it's really nothing more than self-preservation, because this is what I do know. Once they go after the billionaires and the billionaires use their accountants and lawyers to hide the money, then Joe Biden is going to come to the average person, i.e. you and I, and he's going to say, hey, we need to raise your taxes because we got to pay illegal immigrants $450,000 after they broke the law at the border. Like,
is that actually a thing? Like, is that happening, or did they axe that?
I don't know if they axed it or not, but that's going to piss me off something fierce when the maximum you can get as a service member is $400K.
Yeah, I'm honestly hope it happens just so I can laugh. Like, I stopped caring about a lot of politics. It's just the only time I really care is if they want to raise my taxes. But I mean, okay, you want to pay these people $450K, make yourself look stupid, go right ahead. I'll just sit here and laugh.
Yeah, but I mean, on some level, you got to sit there going, dude, people that serve their country get a maximum when they die and I didn't even have a problem with that number until you said we're going to pay illegal immigrants $450K. And it comes down to something I was thinking about. It's like, again, if we were all in a small tribe and Biden was our leader and he said, this guy over here that broke all our tribal laws, we're going to need some of your labor for the day. I would look at him and say, I don't agree to that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's why, our country's so big, like that those payments are like so insignificant. It's a drop in the bucket. It's the news story that's getting people, all twirled up.
Yeah, no, fact, you don't understand Bitcoin yet is hilarious. No, I mean, I understand Bitcoin. Like, here's the question that I'll ask you. Does Bitcoin produce cash flows? Doesn't? Okay, it's not an investment. It's gambling.
I mean, like with any cryptocurrency, it can easily be replaced. I mean, look what's going to happen to Dogecoin. Oh, Shiba Inu's here now. So Dogecoin is like old news. It could happen to freaking anything. Bitcoin could go away, get replaced by something else. It's just ridiculous.
But it's also one of those things where it's like, the weird thing about cryptocurrency is this. Hey man, you should get involved in cryptocurrency. I don't understand it. I don't want to put any money into it. Well, you're an idiot. Like, okay. I'm not going to take any time out of my day any further. I don't like crypto. If you like it, add it to your portfolio. I'm not going to do it. Other than as a lark, I might buy Shiba Inu coin with like $20 just to see if I can make $20 off it. But other than that, I don't care.
I actually thought about buying Shiba. I was like, this is about like maybe a couple months ago. I was like, this is another stupid coin that's probably going to pump because it's a dog. Because they all get their time in the sun before they crash again. I was like kind of this close to putting like maybe $500 into it. And then I was like, whatever. I would have made a lot of money, but I'm not upset because
if you're out ahead of the pack, then I don't see any reason why not to do it if you understand how to make money from it. But it's like I said, I work 40 hours a week. By the time I hear something about crypto, it's already too late. The run-up has happened because I would be considered the speculators have already made their money and moved on. After that, I'm the rube coming in to buy it.
Yeah, that's everybody buying Shiba right now. I mean, the guys that got in, when I was looking at it, and even I was super late. Like, I was looking at it a couple months ago, but the guys that got in even before that, they made a freaking fortune. People getting in now are probably going to lose it all. And that's the whole thing. They always say it's we're a community. we're a great group of people that all care about each other. That's not the case. It's literally designed to screw the newest members of the community. That's not a freaking community. That's a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's like, it's also, there's guys that do make money at day trading. I'm not one of them. Well, you could learn it. I could, but am I going to do it? Probably not. I mean, if I started making enough money on YouTube to quit my job, which would be a surprisingly little amount of money, maybe then I might try day trading, but I just don't have time to do it. Like, I'm at work. I don't have time to pay attention. Like, okay, there's an engulfing candlestick. I got to sell this stock now. I don't have time to do that.
Formation.
Huh?
The inverse cup T-handle formation.
Yeah, the inverse cupcake triple flapjack formation. I don't have time to do it, dude. So it's like, it would be the exact same thing with cryptocurrency. I'm going to have to sit there and spend a lot of hours watching other cryptos in the crypto forums to find out which one is going to be the next pump.
I mean, honestly, it's got to be a huge like, I feel like there's like the whole strategy is there's these whales, and what they do is they pick a crypto that they want to pump, and they start stimulating demand with these big purchases. And then as people notice that, then the other people start piling in because they think something's going on. And then eventually it gets run up to the point where the whales can get out. So like they basically take the initial risk by pumping up a coin a little bit to get people's attention. That continues to pump it, and then they sell it. And they just move on.
That's exactly what they do. It's no different. It's no different than the pump and dump schemes that were employed with crappy stocks that, Wolf of Wall Street type stocks, which I don't know why anybody would be like, get a phone call from some guy. Hey man, I got a hot stock tip. Like, oh, here, let me put my life savings in that from random guy that just called me on the phone.
Hey, you promise people massive gains and their eyes glaze over and you can just manipulate them so easily. That's why all these crypto channels are popular. All these Tesla YouTubers are huge. It's just like, all you got to do is buy this coin and you're going to be rich and everything's going to be okay. It's such a freaking scam, but people fall for it because they're desperate.
Yeah, because, I mean, we talk about it ad nauseum, but nobody wants to hear because it's the response that I got on one of my videos one time where a guy goes, hey, Jay Noggy, not everybody wants to get rich when they're 60 or 70. And I'm like, bro, every single person wants to be rich tomorrow. Like, that's how that works. Like, there's nobody sitting there who, if they had the two choices, where it's like you're talking to 18-year-old you're like, listen, man, all right, you got two choices. I know which one's the better choice, right? Like, you could be rich tomorrow by buying this stock, or you could work a job you don't particularly like for the next 50 years and be rich when you're 70. And there's nobody going, you know what, dude? I want to work that crappy job to get rich slowly over getting rich tomorrow. There's nobody.
I just love how people think it's a choice. It's like, oh, I can either choose to get rich slow or fast. I mean, it's just such an easy. Why would you choose the slow way? That's not how it freaking works. It's the slow way works. The fast way is a scam. It doesn't work. That's just the simple truth.
Yeah, it's the same thing they talk about, how it repeats every cycle. I wasn't investing during the tech bubble, but I do remember a lot of this. I remember my friends going, hey man, you should start buying these stocks. I'm making so much money. Then I remember them going like, hey man, yeah, you were doing that stock thing. Whatever happened with that? Like, the market crashed. I lost a bunch of money. And I didn't know what to make of it at the time, but I remember it now.
Yeah, it's the same way now. I mean, like the Tesla and the crypto, these are all signs that we're in some kind of screwy market bubble. I mean, it may not be a overall market bubble, but there's definitely bubbles in the market. And 100% in the crypto sphere.
Yeah, because again, it goes back to what we were talking about. If crypto is going to be the dominant form of currency in the future, which one? You can't have 5,000 different currencies, right? I can't have my Walmart cryptocurrency and then I go over to Dunkin' Donuts to get coffee. Like, oh, are you paying with your Dunkin' token today? Like, no, I wanted to pay with my Walmart coin. Oh, well, Walmart coins are only worth 50 cents on the Dunkin' token when you're here for coffee. Like, I can't and then walk into a small business and be like, do you take Bitcoin? Like, no, we take Tom coin. That's our coin. Like, it's just not going to work.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, why don't we just stick with what we have? It's almost like it's easier just to have one common currency that doesn't fluctuate massively, like the dollar, perhaps. That seems to be the best way to transact goods and services, not Bitcoin that goes up and down 20% in 5 seconds because some idiot whale or whatever sold it. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's all religious conviction. It really is a cult where people, they're desperate. They have nothing else. And so they believe all they have to do is buy this crypto and it's going to save them from a life of poverty. It's sad.
Right? Yeah, it's
pitiful. It's freaking pitiful.
No, I mean, you said it best. It's a bunch of poor people gambling like lottery tickets, sitting there hoping that this solves all of their problems. Whereas, like we have said on here numerous times, if you're going to buy crypto, that's fine. Just devote no more than 5 to 10% of your portfolio. And I wouldn't even do that. If you were say, well, like 3% of my portfolio is in crypto, okay. I don't agree but if you were asking me, because it's your money, do whatever you want, I would say, yeah, no, that makes sense, man. Make what money that you can off of it if you understand it.
I mean, if you understand it's a gamble and you have a small part, that's fine. We're not going to make fun of you. But if you truly believe that it's going to save you and make you wealthy, you're deluded. I'm sorry. That's just the fact.
I'm going to make Michael Myers coin.
Slay coin. Kyle says $1 isn't stable. It loses purchasing power faster and faster. Look, the inflation rate has been a steady 2 or 3%. It's predictable, and it's actually beneficial if you have a fixed rate debt. I have no issues with the dollar because everybody can predict the inflation. As long as it's predictable, you can use that and make assumptions about the future. If it's rapidly fluctuating because Elon Musk farted, like, how are you going to trust that your money is going to be secure and it's going to store some kind of value? It's ridiculous.
And also, okay, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But also, here you go. I'm just gonna point this out. People keep talking about the whole inflation thing with the dollar. You want the dollar to have some level of depreciation. That's why you spend it. Okay. So I'll give you an example. I know that the dollar will drop. This year is an anomaly. We could be in for a couple years of high inflation, 5%. But let's just go with the historic 2 to 3%. Okay, I know that the dollar is depreciating 2 to 3% per year. So I spend it. Let's say Bitcoin is everything that everybody is saying that it is. So in 10 years, Bitcoin is going to be worth $500,000. Right now, it's 59,000 or 60,000. Why would I spend any of it? I'm using a medium of transferring wealth that is appreciating in value, which is stupid, to pay for gas, food, whatever. Why would I do that? I want to give you the thing that is depreciating as fast as possible. Like, oh, this is losing its value. Good. Let me buy this ETF. That's the problem with what everybody is saying about crypto. Bitcoin's going to $1 million. Okay, good. Then I'm never going to let it out of my hand. If it's going to appreciate at 20% a year forever, I would never spend it.
Makes perfect sense. It's not a currency in the slightest. It's a joke. I don't know what to tell. I mean, like, here's the most easy example to understand. Okay, I'm in the military and I work a job. I'm getting a 3, 4, 5% raise depending on what the inflation is. My mortgage payment stays exactly the same. It does not change. Therefore, it is easier for me to afford my mortgage every single year. I think 20 years from now, if there's 2, 3% inflation, my mortgage is just a super tiny part of my daily expense or monthly expenses as opposed to now. So inflation is actually great as long as it's not like rapid, fast, and unpredictable. Which you compare that to Bitcoin, which is up and down, up and down, up and down, and up and down. It's I don't get how people can even possibly argue that it's
yeah, like I mean,
the dollar.
If the dollar depreciated by what they're saying, which I actually think they're wrong on that too, by like 4 or 5% this year, guess what? I'm in a better position because of my mortgage. My mortgage is like 2.2%. So basically, it's like, okay, I borrowed this money from you, and now I'm paying you back with a currency that's worth less than it was. I'm winning.
Yeah, like you really win if you buy one house and you stay in it. The problem is if you buy a house and you lock in that fixed rate, and then you wait a couple of years, then you go buy a new house. Well, now you're paying the higher inflated cost of that new house because of inflation. But if you stay in the same freaking house and you never sell it, your mortgage payment stays exactly the same. So it's always best to stay in one place, and you always want inflation, unless it's like I said, like crazy hyperinflation.
How can wait, all right, I got it. How okay.
What's this one or another one?
Yeah, no, it's this one. You think tech is deflationary. Bitcoin is deflationary currency. Okay. Again, I go back to why would I spend it then? It's worth more in the future. I'm never as it becomes more and more valuable, why would I use it to pay for things? This is what I'm not understanding that you're saying is a good thing about it. It's like if you put it in context of anything else, say Wayne Gretzky's rookie card. If I know that it's going to go up in value 5 to 10% every year, then I'm not going to use that as currency.
I mean, I don't know. You can't argue with the Bitcoin people. It's like the price has gone up. They think it's going to keep going up like that forever. They think it's the future. They see all these YouTubers showing, oh, look at the money supply. Well, the Fed can contract the money supply too, but they ignore that. They're firmly convinced that Bitcoin's the future. It's going to go up forever, and there's nothing you can do to change their mind. So it's like, okay, you want to buy Bitcoin? You go right ahead. I don't care. I'll keep buying my Total World Stock Market Index funds in tax advantage accounts.
Yeah, it's actually almost the equivalent. If you're saying that it's going to be worth more in the future, it's almost the equivalent of me using my index funds to buy my groceries for the week.
Yeah, I'm going to sell my my VT to buy groceries. Well, I guess in retirement I would, but not right now.
No, he didn't say that they did. He said that they could.
The Fed can change, right? Like if they raise rates, that slows down. That would reduce the money supply, or they increase reserve requirements at banks. They can manipulate the money supply. That's the whole point of fiat currency, is that you can adjust your currency and the amount of dollars you have in circulation depending on economic circumstances. With Bitcoin, it's just, you have 21 million Bitcoins, and that's it.
Yeah, and I mean, this is what central banks around the world have been doing this whole time. I disagree with the quantitative easing thing, because my thing is this, like, this is one of the hardest things for people to understand. The stock market is not the economy. So, like, somewhere along the lines, even the people in government got that confused. that they think that the stock market is a reflection of the economy. Personally, what I think should have happened during the pandemic, they shouldn't have done anything. And why that would be advantageous for all of us, because everything would have been on sale. Instead, they flooded the market.
Savings. As long as you had money saved to buy it.
Yeah, no, I know, but I mean, I don't agree. Like, how is you doing quantitative easing keeping people employed? You can make the case with the stimulus checks. Well, they're spending that money and they're buying goods and services. Okay, and we can do this temporarily. But instead of like what they did, I think they should have just backstopped and said, if you're not going to work, we'll pay 70% of your wages to stay home because we want this thing to get over with quicker. But instead, they just pumped massive liquidity into the market. And now Tesla shot up because everybody was buying it with their stimmy checks. You look at Foot Locker, they're having a super year because everybody's buying sneakers with their stimmy checks.
This whole year and a half has been hilarious to watch. I got to piss again. I'll be right back.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I've had so much coffee and water.
All right. If I do see a 70p, like, then it's about, dude, everything's a buy at a 70 price to earnings ratio. I'm always hoping to never get my money back. Julius Caesar, is that for Tesla or what? Your highest value is 400. Is that for Tesla? I like this. Like I said, man, when you're talking about crypto, it's like I learned enough about it to where I just go, you know what? It's not for me and I'm not going to go any further. I might, like I said, I might play around with it like 20, 30 bucks here and there, but
We'll be talking about Tesla again. Tesla.
Yeah, no, I just asked if Julius Caesar had like 400 per share. Everybody's going to come to different assumptions. Like,
yeah,
when I did mine, I think I stuck with 45% growth at most, and I think I was getting like a $300 stock at 45% growth or something like that.
But you said this before. It's like you also have to apply the common sense test. You know, it's like, okay, it's 40% per year. It's just not going to happen. It's just in a normal world, this one car company isn't just going to sell, and everybody else is not going to sell. So
I think
it's like compare it to the largest car company in the world. It's probably going to be best case, probably around that market cap.
And I don't even think it's going to be that, dude, because if you look, that article I read where they talk about how Tesla is losing market share. Yeah, because they don't have a moat. Every other Ford, Volkswagen, Toyota, they all sat back and they're like, oh, the latest fad is EVs. Well, we'll get that up. Well, and then people want to say they don't have Tesla's technology. Maybe. Or the fact that they have way more money and they make way more money allows them to dump that money into R&D and surpass Tesla, which is what I think is going to happen.
Oh, Tesla's going to get their butts handed to them. Like, you think all these car companies are just going to roll over and die? Not happening. They are going to freaking eat their lunch. You just got to wait. And you got to compare, like I had a chart. You look at the revenues of like Volkswagen and Toyota versus Tesla. They're freaking giants compared to Tesla. Like there's going to be a bigger fight than people think, which is why this bubble becomes more and more laughable the longer it goes on. But it's the future.
Yeah. One of the highest assumptions realistically, I have Tesla. Yeah, when I was like critically thinking about that, I was like, this is let's just do 15 to 20% growth. And yeah, mine came out somewhere 60, 80 bucks.
I mean, really how you should price it is like, okay, maybe it has like 40% growth for the first couple of years and then 30 and then 20 and then 10 and then 5. Like it's not going to be 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40 going forever into the future. It's going to mature and flatline at a certain time.
I don't understand this guy's contempt for us because we won't buy Bitcoin. It's
Why does it make
really,
you so mad we don't buy Bitcoin?
it's really, it's really on the level of a dude getting mad at you at a gay club. You're sitting there having a drink, and the dude's like, "How do you know that you don't like sucking wiener if you've never tried it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man. The thing is with that
I have
logic,
tried
it,
it.
the thing is with that logic is I've never cut my own arm off before, and I'm pretty sure I don't like that."
His thumbnail's the best. It's like the Cybertruck Tesla, the one bubble, and then a Bitcoin symbol, another bubble.
Oh God, don't even get me started on the Cybertruck. I don't even think that monstrosity has a right to exist and be on the same road as the Ford Lightning.
Honestly, like if I ever hit it big on YouTube, I'm gonna splurge on a Ford Lightning just so I can say screw Tesla, look what I bought. And that car does look pretty freaking cool. Like you were right about that. It's way cooler than the Cybertruck.
Dude, like I don't know, man. Like if I won the everything money competition for the Tesla and they gave me a Cybertruck, I'd be mad at them.
Wouldn't that be hilarious? Oh, when are they producing this site? Isn't it like late next year, supposedly?
I don't know. Who knows? That's up in the air too. I thought we were going to have a Tesla semi by 2018.
Yeah. Oh, but the big one is going to be the like what 20K car they say they're going to make. I mean, that's really where they would be able to like really take on the big automakers. But until I see that car, I'm not going to believe it. Because right now, all their cars are like, they're almost like luxury cars for upper middle class and wealthy, West Coast losers. Those cars are not affordable for the average family, not the slightest. And until they are, I don't see them being mass adopted. I just don't.
Well, that's what people do, though. They infer that they're into something so that other people like would be into it. Personally, you could show up with a Tesla like to my house, like, hey, check out my new Tesla. I'd check it out because it's a car. But other than that, it's not really going to impress me.
It's not that cool. Like, so my neighbors actually have a Tesla. And to me, it almost seems like a pain because we have these tiny little garages and they have to like drive their Tesla into the garage, close the garage, and then like plug it in every freaking day. It just seems like a complete pain in the butt. And then if you're traveling, you got to stop. You got to sit there at the gas station and charge it for like 30 freaking minutes. I just don't see the advantage of these freaking electric vehicles. The only thing I see is they're maybe slightly more green, but everything else just seems like a complete pain.
Yeah. Then he says inflation is a steady 2%. CPI doesn't even include. Yeah, I also said that I think inflation is higher than that. But I don't know if that was directed at me, but I had to pick a number out of the air. But
I think he's talking maybe like, yeah, the CPI has been about 2%. Like, sure, they exclude some things, but if you really think about it logically,
they count it different than they did in the 70s.
Yeah, but like stuff is not getting that much more expensive. Everybody's saying, "Oh, the dollar's, deflate. We have inflation. You can't afford anything." But it's BS. Like I go out and there's some things that are maybe a little bit more expensive, but overall, it's not crazy hyperinflation, which these Bitcoin and religious figures shill to convince people to buy, the Bitcoin from them at a higher price so they can make money. Like it's all a freaking scam.
Jack Dorsey saying hyperinflation is coming. I didn't even get any further than that. Like that dude is such a tool. Like I don't understand like the cult behind a lot of these tech guys. Like Jack Dorsey walks around with his stupid beard and his beanie, like, and then acts like he's some sort of sage. And I'm like, dude, you put instant messaging on the internet and somehow Twitter became this massive thing that is now stupid because all it is an echo chamber. And you guys are having trouble monetizing it. Yeah, I'm going to listen to you about hyperinflation.
Like I compared it in a video to Zimbabwe. I'm like, oh yeah, we're in hyperinflation right now. Everything's doubling in price every single day.
Or
prices are going up, but not that much.
Or Venezuela. I mean, hyperinflation could happen to the United States. I just don't see it happening right now.
Yeah, I think we're the most developed country in the world. I just don't see it. I mean, anything's possible, but I just don't see it.
No, I don't. I don't see it in like a lot of the major countries. Like I don't see it happening in Russia. Even with all the debt problems in China, I don't see their currency going into hyperinflation. Australia, Europe, any of that. And
yeah, it's mostly poor countries that are going to have hyperinflation, or like massively indebted countries, or countries that have a lot of socialism. Those are like most at risk of hyperinflation. Whereas us, I mean, we're really not that socialistic.
Yeah, and I forgot what I was going to say. We'll move on.
What else is there to talk about? Facebook. You know why they changed their name?
Yeah, because they know that they've been stoking the division. Like I've tried to explain this to family members that are really far right when they talk about Obama caused this division. I go, it wasn't Obama that caused the division. It was the rise of social media and news outlets being completely biased that caused all the division in America. Facebook is one of the places that stoked the fire, and their papers admit that. But then again, like, I think that a lot of this, the only people that a lot more government regulation are going to be good for in the tech space is the big tech companies, because they can afford to pay for the regulations. It's going to stifle innovation. That's why I don't exactly trust this woman who's up there who looks like the Predator for some reason. I don't know why. She should do something about that. But
what is she going to do? Like take a hammer to her face?
Maybe. Or just hunt Arnold Schwarzenegger from the trees. But yeah, like Facebook knows. I mean, there's human trafficking on Facebook going on. It's like, so when Facebook puts you in Facebook jail because you said something, and it's like, yo, bro, why don't you go ahead and stable that high horse? All right. You've been stoking division in this country for the past 10 years, and there's human trafficking going on your site. The fact that I have questions about the vaccine should not be censored.
Just the way it is. Yeah, I mean, like big tech is way too much power. It's like ridiculous now. The time that I really realized, well, there was two times that I realized there's too much power. Is one, when they kicked Trump off of Twitter. I was like, seriously? The president? They kicked him off Twitter, and now he can't talk to people? And then the second time was when they had that Parler app, which you're like, oh my God, there's like Nazis on there, and they deleted the app. It's like, holy crap. They can just do whatever they want, and there seems to be no consequences. It's nuts.
Well, I've said it before. This is what the goal is, although they're not going to achieve it, because I just think it's a bunch of people sitting around who want this, who don't live in the real world, where they don't realize normal people are just not going to do that. Big tech wants to merge with legacy media to control the narrative. So it's like, what is misinformation? Well, anything they don't like. What is hate speech? Well, it's anything that they don't like. And you can already see that's what they're trying to do. The Wuhan factory or whatever, they produced coronavirus. Well, that's fake news until it's no longer fake news, and it's shown that the NIH gave money to China for gain-of-function research.
Yeah, I mean, they have their own narratives they want to push. I don't know what their end goal is. Like, I feel like half the time there's no, like, agenda. They're just kind of, like, liberal, and, you know, they act like liberals. And then there's other times where it's like, okay, maybe they do have some kind of crazy agenda they want to push on the population.
No, they absolutely have a crazy agenda, because it's just like anything else, man. They want to sell a product, and they want to sell more of it. And what they want to sell you is woke politics. And they want to, like I said, they want to dictate the narrative. When you go back to the 1980s, where you got your news was on for an hour. and it was local news and then world news. And the scripts were almost exactly the same, and they were handed out by the White House, and they said, this is the narrative. They want to go back to that because it's ultimately what tech allowed you to do was question the overall societal narrative that the elites that run the world don't want you to question. So it's just their last ditch effort to try and squash that. That's all it is. And it's going to fail ultimately because it's like you can push all of this crap, but the average person goes, dude, I work 40 hours a week. I don't have time for this.
You know what's going to save us, Jay, is Donald Trump's new media company. DWAC.
Dude, there was some congresswoman, I think it was Mary, I don't know how to say her, Green Taylor or whatever. She lost like $50K buying into Trump's media company. And I'm like, so these are the people in Congress that you're worried about using insider information to buy and sell stocks?
Wait, she lost money? Why is she even buying? Did she buy a put against it or something? Or
I don't remember what it was. I just saw it quickly. And I was like, because there was there's always hoopla about senators and congressmen doing insider trading. And I go, okay, but I mean, really all the information they're getting is that coronavirus is going to be a big deal. So they sold off a bunch of stuff, but they didn't find themselves in any better position than if they just held on to their stocks. So it's like, I don't care. Use that information. I'm buying index funds. It doesn't matter. You're not affecting my life.
I mean, honestly, I think Congress people should be required to just buy index funds. Like that's one of the things they have to suck because like they do have too much insider information, and you see it's obvious they take advantage of it. And, there's rules against that. That doesn't freaking stop them from doing it.
Yeah, ask yourself how Nancy Pelosi, that family, has acquired like $200 million over public service. Or the Clintons. The Clintons weren't independently wealthy before they became politicians.
You said they were or they weren't?
They weren't.
I mean, it's all about star status. Like, as soon as you get well-known enough, I mean, you get people's attention. That's what the media wants. The more attention, the more advertising they can throw at you.
Well, I don't actually understand why Hillary Clinton's a thing, but
because she's a woman, Jay. She's the first female president. Oh, wait.
Dude, you don't know how hard I was laughing on the night Trump won just because I'm a dick like that. Everybody wanted Hillary to win. And then when Trump gets announced that it's won, I was at a bar, or it appeared that the numbers were in and that Trump won. Like a bunch of people are silent. And then I'm just sitting in the corner laughing at everybody's tears of unfathomable sorrow.
Dude, the 4 years of his presidency were the most hilarious of my life. Like, I had a blast.
Well, he was the first comedian in chief. Like, the stuff that he would tweet out, like that is stuff that a comedian would tweet out to fire people up. So it's like, I don't know. Like I told a couple people, like I voted for Trump on some level just because, I didn't like the other candidate. But on another level, I voted for Trump for the sheer comedy of the whole thing.
Oh, it's hilarious. Like every day I was laughing at like his tweets or whatever. Because he was like half the time he was just trolling and he was pissing people off. I loved it. That's why I hope he runs and wins in 2024. Just so we can have 4 more years of like, hilariousness.
Well, I mean, I used the guy's picture on some of my things, but the dude having a meltdown in New York City after Hillary lost, like the like really effeminate guy that you could tell takes a bunch of soy. He's screaming. I love that picture. Like that meme and the outraged girl meme where her eyes are really big because somebody said something unwoke. Those are my two favorite memes of all time.
Yeah, I was hoping for that again during the the 2020 election, but sadly we didn't get that result that we wanted.
Well, if it wasn't for COVID, Trump would have won the presidency.
Yeah, dude, it screwed him over because like the lockdowns and that probably led to the riots and all that crap. That's really what tipped it over.
And also, the first debate was not good.
You mean like how he did, or just in general?
No, the first debate with Biden was not good on his part. I was like,
isn't that where he was like talking over him and stuff?
Yeah, I was like, dude, this isn't what got you to the dance. What got you to the dance is listening to him and then coming back with a quick zinger.
Yeah, he could have done better, but even then, I think you're right. If it wasn't for the virus or the riots, I think he would have blown it out of the water. But it's just like everything came together at once to really like set him back.
You're missing some of the obvious zingers that I would have needed to point out. Is like when he was in the debate with Biden and they were talking about his tax forms and showing them, and then Biden goes, when are you going to show them? Inshallah. And then all Trump needed to do right there, because Biden had gotten the zinger in that people remembered, all Trump needed to do with that is come back with, yeah, man, I'll show my tax returns right after we see what's inside Hunter Biden's laptop. And then look over at him. Like, come at me like that. That's all he needed, was a couple of comedians to write one-liners for him.
Yeah, because like people enjoyed him for the comedy. I mean, I think you're right, but hopefully, I mean, he's gonna run. I think. I mean, even if he doesn't win the election, we'll have fun like watching him, do his thing.
Well, I mean, he is infinitely entertaining, and this is the logical outcome. You have to think, man. This is the logical outcome of who we decide to run the country is a popularity contest.
Yeah. It's kind of like idiocracy.
No, it's exactly like we've reached idiocracy, man.
Hey, I enjoyed it. And like I always think politicians, like, they have some impact, but they're not going to change everything. So you can't take it too seriously, or you'd be like miserable all the time. Like, oh my God, this candidate from another party won. I'm miserable for the next 4 years. It's just like, whatever.
Well, I follow David Hogue on Twitter. And he's constantly tweeting about how they elected Biden, but Biden hasn't done anything on gun reform. And I go, dude, this is a 19, 20-year-old kid who doesn't understand. Like, the president doesn't have the power that you think. We attribute that the president walks in there and says this, and this is going to happen. It's not how it works.
Oh, yeah. It's like really nothing has changed. I mean, what's happened? Nothing. I mean, maybe this like what a social whatever the heck they're trying to pass infrastructure thing. Maybe that'll pass, but even that's not going to be as impactful as people think. They're cutting it down like crazy.
Well, that's because it's a pork barrel spending scheme where the money goes to renewable energy that can't possibly support civilization. Whereas, like, I'm sorry that science doesn't measure up to your fantasy of the utopia that you had in your head, but we're not going to power the United States on wind, solar, and then unicorn tears. I don't know where people got this in their head, dude. It's like, I have to explain, you hippies won't let us have nuclear power. Where do you think we're getting the power from? Oh, we're going to have to burn coal then.
Yeah, actually, I'll be making another video because like there's actually, I don't know if you saw, I posted on Meta, but not Facebook, Meta. But there's a like one of the congresswomen, one of the 4 squad, whatever. They're trying to make the TSP sell all like dirty companies. So it's like, okay, I can't invest, like as a federal employee, I can't invest in like oil companies, but you'll allow me to invest in Tesla, which is massively overvalued and is going to screw people. It's stupid.
I saw that article And I was like, okay, this is a person who doesn't know what they're talking about, is all that I thought, because I read the article and they were saying, we don't want federal employees to lose money. Oil's going away. And I'm like, dude, oil is
What are
not
you
going
talking about?
anywhere.
Well, you think people, federal employees are going to make money from Tesla now? Like, what kind of freaking crack are you smoking? But oil companies, though, you're not going to make, even though they have like low PEs and they're not going anywhere. Oh, those are going to screw you over. Great video material, though. Great video material.
The joke that I had that I wrote down about like Facebook changing its name to Meta is, I think I might have said it in one of my videos where I go, it was like, Facebook changing its name to Meta is like Ted Bundy changing his name to Ted No Kill Women. Like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. You changed your name. You're okay. We'll go and look for the original Ted Bundy.
We'll find him. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just so weird. It's such a weird name. Meta. Like, just stick with freaking Facebook. I like that way better.
Well, what's with Zuckerberg, though? Did you watch that? Did you watch any of his announcement? It's like an android was constructed by a far-off civilization, and they think that this is what a human being is. When I was watching that the whole time, I'm like, this dude's not real.
He's very. You think it's autism or like what is it? You think he has some? Yeah, it could be. He's definitely not like 100% normal. Like there's something off about him.
Bro, this is how he drinks water.
One more time.
And he did it throughout the testimony. I'm like, it's better if you have a cup. He's like, and then just creepily puts the cup down. And I was like, dude, like, yeah. I'm like, this is so bizarre. Like, I can't imagine being in a meeting with him and working for him. Like, he would probably be talking and he would get annoyed by me and fire me because I'd start poking him with a stick. And when he's like, why are you poking me with a stick? I'd be like, because I'm just not sure that you're real. Like, are you an illusion?
You're just like some random employee and you're just poking the CEO with a stick.
He's like, I'm trying to talk about Meta here. I go, yeah, but are you real? Like, are you still mad at the Winklevoss twins? I mean, you stole their idea.
Well, I think aren't the Winklevoss twins like into crypto now? Isn't that like their next?
Yeah. Career? Well, they're not any better, but I mean, Zuckerberg straight stole their idea. That's why I was joking around. I was like, Mark Zuckerberg, look, remember when you were in high school and like you had a buddy or something that was younger than you and you just walk past him and do the fake hit? You know, you do like you fake like you're going to hit your buddy and then you get him to flinch and then I got you to flinch. Zuckerberg looks to me like the reason he stole Facebook's idea or the Winklevoss twins idea for Facebook is because they did that to him one too many times. Like they went to him and they're like, hey man, we got this idea. And Zuckerberg's like, yeah, that sounds good. I can implement that. And then both the Winklevoss twins just did one of these at him. And he's like, got you, dude. And they walked off and he's like, dude, I'm going to steal their idea.
Well, aren't they like 6 foot tall chads or something? And then you got little dork Zuckerberg. I can see that totally happening. Like he probably got bullied or maybe just messed with a little bit. He's like,
no, the Winklevoss twins are big dudes, man. Yeah, they're like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, they're like total like, rich, handsome chads.
Yeah, like, and Zuckerberg is this like neebish autistic kid, and he's sitting there going, I'm totally stealing their idea.
All right, we gotta see how hot these guys are. Oh man. Look at that suit. What do you think about that suit?
Dude, I mean, like these guys, They kind of actually look like years of waspy inbreeding.
You
Like,
think they're inbred?
it kind of looks like that. Like, you can't tell me that while they're smiling like that, you kind of don't want to throw a golf ball at their heads.
I mean, they look like rich twats. Like
That's what I'm
a funny
saying.
look. Yeah.
They seem like they show up to your party in their really expensive car, thinking that they're better than you, and you're like, and like just acting like they're better than you the whole time. That's why I'm going to take it back. I don't fault Zuckerberg for stealing their idea.
See, and this is the grift they're doing now. Well, Bitcoin, oh my God. So stupid. Oh, they're probably they're on a road team.
They're on crew. Like, these guys, are they from Rhode Island? Because they seem like they're from Rhode Island.
Yeah, they probably are from some hippity dippity or like stuck up bullcrap place.
Well, where did they go? Princeton or Harvard?
Oh, crap. Let me look. Winklevoss Twins College. Harvard. And
Yeah,
they
man.
went to Harvard for their BA, and they went to Oxford for their MBA. Oh, they were in the Beijing Olympics?
Were they?
Yeah, they 6th place in the Beijing Olympics. I didn't know that.
In what? Was it crew?
It was probably whatever the freaking rowing thing is.
Yeah, crew.
Yeah.
Dude, it's unfortunate that a shark didn't eat them.
Can you imagine like a freaking megalodon just devouring them in one bite?
Well, you know the story of Jaws, right? The original story was a bull shark, and it was about an attack in New Jersey because bull sharks can survive in clean water. So they can swim up. Like, they found bull sharks as north as Indiana.
Jesus.
So what I'm saying is, imagine they're at crew, like somewhere near Harvard, and they're dropping their R's, and, they're just waspy and annoying, and a bull shark ate both of them. And the world would probably be a better place.
But then we wouldn't have won 6th place at the Beijing Olympics, Jay.
I couldn't give less about the Olympics. If the USA lost every year in the Olympics in every sport, it would not affect my life in the slightest.
It matters, Jay. It's national pride. What are you going to do when China starts beating us in number of gold medals? I think it's going to start happening.
Well, it probably will, because I doubt they have the same constraints, and they probably have an organized steroid program, kind of like the Russians did.
No, they wouldn't cheat, Jay. What are you talking about? All right, you want to wrap it up? Do some comments?
Yeah, let's do some comments, wrap it up.
Before we do that, I have to go pee again.
Jesus Christ, man. This dude's a camel. Yeah, he tanked that first debate. He should have just everybody was saying, like, he talking over Biden, he just didn't look good. Yeah, because on his policies on immigration, yeah, because you have to know who's coming into your country. And yes, these packages are just programs and entitlements. All right. Benghazi. Yep.
Oh, man. I drank way too much water. I need to go for a run, sweat it all off. All right, I'm going to try to get some normal comments. There's so many freaking comments now. I really hate strongman personal finance, but can't stop watching his stupid channel. You know you love me, okay? You think America's not socialist? It's partially socialist, but not as much as Europa. I'll tell you that.
Dude, yeah, America's definitely socialist. If you have a company that's too big to fail, if it's deemed too big to fail, it got big by government intervention.
totally Romanov. What do you think about EV stocks? I'm not touching EV stocks. I think they're all in bubbles.
It goes to the Peter Lynch quote. Like, if there's one stock I can avoid, it's the hottest stock in the hottest industry. EV is the hottest industry. I'm just not interested in it. Like I said, like I did a video on Discover. Discover looks to be undervalued. I mean, those are out there versus these hype stocks.
Yeah,
Intel's fastly approaching a buy point for me. It's not quite there yet.
What's mine's like $42.
Yeah, I was like 45.
Yeah, it's super close. I mean, even if you bought it now, you're probably going to have better returns in the market.
I think you're going to get I think it's probably a 12%er right now.
Yeah, but if there's a correction, like that's when like you really need to look at those really good value stocks, because then you can make a freaking fortune.
Well, yeah. So I mean, if you're looking to beat the market, there's stuff out there right now that's undervalued. I don't understand everybody rushing to the hype of EVs. EVs are such a tiny portion of the car market right now. It's just easier to wait and see.
Because they're just like, oh, it's the future, bro, so just buy it. The Fufu and Meat Spin will be the truck stop in the metaverse. Good. I'll pay him a digital visit. If you live in New York, your taxes are higher than most socialist countries. Yeah.
California too. What did you calculate? What's it going to be? They have a 16% income bracket.
It's like 13%, and then you stack that on top of federal. So like when Meat Spin sells his stocks, he pays 50% taxes, probably more. Every time he's a gain, he pays 50% tax.
Yeah, that's a completely, dude. The worst part of that is, if you live in New York City, your taxes are higher than some socialist countries. You don't even get any of the benefits of that. It's like,
what do you get? Like, I don't even know what they do here in Virginia. I pay almost 6% income tax on top of my federal taxes. Like, I want to freaking move from the state. Like, I don't get anything. What do I get? Teachers?
No, that's why it's like, yeah. I mean, a medieval peasant, a medieval serf only paid 25% to their lord.
Yeah, you get to keep. I would gladly pay 25%, man, because like I pay 22% federal, 6.2% Social Security, 1.45 Medicare, 6% Virginia. Like, it's just stupid. Like, if I left this state and moved to Florida, instant 6% raise, which is pretty freaking big. Facebook spent $10-50 billion on Metaverse. It was cringe. Yeah, maybe I should go watch that and just laugh at it. Do you believe the governments will launch their own crypto? Yes.
Yeah, at some point.
What do you guys think about duplexes? Think about buying one. Well, I would go watch Paul from Everything Money, kind of get some knowledge from him. But it's all about, price to cash. Like, just think of it as like a stock. It's like you spend a certain amount on a duplex. How much cash flow are you going to get? And then you can discount that cash flow to figure out what your return is. So it all depends on where you're at, what your returns could possibly be. And you have to make sure you do your analysis right and not like overestimate how much you're going to make.
Also, make sure you know whoever you put in there.
Yeah. Real estate ain't for me, man. I can't deal with that. All right. She invested $50K. Oh, this is okay. So hopefully she lost money. Hopefully she bought the top. How high can DWAC go? I have no idea. You cannot, if anybody tries to predict this stuff, they're crackheads. Okay. You cannot predict where this crap's going to go. Trump was kind of like strongman. See, there you go. Personal finance. He was such a train wreck, you could not watch him. Can you say that?
Oh,
can you say that?
Hold on. Did you see? This is great. Did you see YouTube bans the Let's Go Brandon song? And now the top 3 songs are Let's Go Brandon on iTunes.
Abe Father says your name is weak bladder. Fine. Hey, I do have a weak bladder. I admit it. That's my one weakness.
Dude, that's another thing I wanted to bring up. I will never understand this. At the end of Ape Father's video, he threatens to rape you.
What?
You didn't hear him?
What was
He
this?
talks about how he had something hard. He'll stick up your.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, first off, if you can get aroused at another man's butt cheeks, you're gay. And like the dude getting raped is not the gay one. The gay one is the dude doing the rape. Like I never understand why a guy will say to somebody he doesn't like, well, you could just suck on my. And I'm like, why would you invite somebody? Like, I don't get that. Like, is there something demeaning? Like, is it bad if your wife blows you?
I loved his song. Like he had a whole like 7-minute piano song singing about me. Oh, he's such a loser. It's hilarious.
Dude, the best part of that is he's at an age that once AMC crashes, he can never actually recover.
No, I bet you he's all in AMC. I bet you he's 100% AMC. Probably his life savings. And it's just so sad to me. His whole YouTube channel is dependent on AMC, and his entire investment is in AMC. It's like if AMC goes, everything you have is gone. You know?
Well, when he was saying when AMC hits $100,000 a share, I'll have $350 million. I was like, why do you think an unprofitable movie theater company is going to go to $100,000 a share? Like, what makes you think that?
Desperation, fanaticism, hopium, like whatever it is. Like a lot of these people are just, they have problems in their lives and they're just hoping that the stock is just going to save it and solve all their problems. Can't wait to get out of Neo. I mean, whatever. When did you buy it? What price did you buy it at? So if you avoid the hottest stock in the hottest sector, short Tesla. No, we don't have to short anything, bucko. We can just watch and laugh.
So Nio's at 39. What'd you buy in at? And I mean, if it's a small amount of your portfolio, it's like 1%. Why not just let it ride? It's already irrationally overvalued anyways.
Yeah. Boglehead's hi. Hello, Alex. I did a live stream with him.
Yeah, okay.
But we had a chat about investing in Mexico. It was very interesting. Come to Huntsville, Alabama. Lowest property taxes. Don't you have income tax? I want to move to. I want Florida. I don't think my wife would like Alabama. Alabama. Yeehaw!
Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, I think isn't he in Tennessee or something like that? A lot of people are saying the Federal Reserve is going to use. I don't know what that is. I mean, it's possible.
It's possible. I mean, I'm sure they're looking into it. Don't think for a second that the government doesn't want a ledger of every transaction you've ever done.
I wish I could join in. Nate. Next time, bucko. Ape Father looking pretty lean. Is that a joke? Is he actually losing weight? Is he actually not, living off AMC popcorn? The sus father.
He's going to lose a lot of weight once AMC crashes.
Yeah, once he's starving to death. Okay, I shouldn't laugh at that. Gotta admit, Bedpan Finance is pretty. Of course, I'm hilarious, guys. I'm the future of YouTube. Just give me time. I'll have 10K subscribers in like 20 years. I'm back from Barnes & Noble. Hold on. Where's the book? Where's the book? Damn it. I always miss my chance. I don't even know where my book is. Oh, it's over here.
There you go.
You see this book, everybody? See it? Stop being a broke loser. It's on Amazon for $3. I need to raise the price of this so I can make more money off of you people. I've probably made like 70 or 80 bucks total since I wrote this book. And I spent like hours and hours and hours writing it.
Bro, just raise the price to $2,000.
Like Jeremy Lefebvre, his is $100. Jeremy Lefufu. All right. Graduated with a finance degree in the spring. Any tips? I don't know how to get a finance job, man. I'm an accountant.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know because I don't know where you are. Like internships are generally best for that. I knew where I was going after I graduated.
The truck stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak to finance. Just don't be a financial advisor. I love the Ape Father feud. Yeah, it kind of died off. Like he just got sick of me, or he's not responding to me anymore. It's like, all right, Ape Father's what happens to you, like kids who eat marbles later become adults. Oh, Ape Father. Here we go. Just by Tesla, bro. Don't listen to these guys. Okay, I'll watch and laugh at Tesla coming down. We all will eventually. The Ape Father's a walking stereotype. He's a real life version of all the jokes my friends hurled at me in high school.
Pretty
He's
much.
like greasy Italian. Like, hey, Ape Father, hey.
Dude, and it's like when he was saying stuff, I'm looking at him, I go, you're a grown man wearing a gold chain.
He's trying to give
You're
you
older.
an Italian vibe, you know, with Guido.
If you're older than 25 and you're wearing a gold chain everywhere and you think it's cool, you know what to do with yourself. It involves a high bridge and a high dive.
Jesus. He bought Neo at 45. What's the price now?
39.
I mean, how much do you have in it? Like, if it was just something like $500 and I needed the money, I'd be like, whatever, I'll take the loss. But I don't know how much you have in it. Dave Ramsey was a rich kid who over leveraged himself. Dave Ramsey's an idiot. I've said that 1,000 times. Aaron should just become a finance officer in the Air Force. It's probably boring as heck. Working in finance for the military, processing payroll or whatever. I bought it for $10. What'd you get for $10? Neo?
If you got Neo for 10, man, I would tripled your money. I would cash that out.
Yeah, you might as well. Dude, who's the Mexican ape leader? I want to see this guy. Yeah. Hopefully he speaks English so I can dump on his videos.
He's also greasy. I love that part. It's like, what if when you became an AMC shill, you just started sweating out more grease?
It's all the freaking popcorn you're eating. Dude, talk about the Ape Father and what he called you. He called me bedpan finance. It's like, okay. It's like, wow, you got me there. I'm so poor with my index funds.
His insults weren't even creative. I was like looking at him. I'm like, this is disappointing because give me some time to sit around and think, and I'll just be coming with them rapid fire.
If you could go back in time, would you buy Bitcoin? If I could guarantee, and I knew it was going to go up 100%, of course I would. But
yeah, bro. If I had a list of all the cryptos and I knew going back in time wouldn't affect the future, of course, you'd be retarded not to buy all of those coins and sell them at their top. And honestly, I mean, I almost bought Bitcoin, $1,000 worth of Bitcoin in 2010 in July. That'd be worth an ungodly sum today. When I looked at what it would be worth, in 2016, it's like I would have had $21 million. So I would have almost triple that today. So I'd have about $66 million. Like I almost bought it, but I just didn't understand it.
What would you have done? Or what would you be doing right now if you had $22 million?
Basically the same thing, except just minus 40 hours a week at an actual job I have to go to.
Yeah, dude, I was sitting here and I was thinking, you know how many freaking videos I could do if I wasn't working? Like, I could just annihilate YouTube every freaking day. You'd have so much more time and, grow so much faster. Truck stop. Elon Musk is planning to open Texas Institute of Technology and Science. Equals. Is he really? I honestly, I'm not surprised. I could totally see him doing something stupid like that.
Tesla on Tuesday. Dude, that's not outside the realm of possibility. It's at 1,100 right now.
Dude, it could go insane, and I can't wait. Ape Father's kid probably hates celebrating Father's Day. Yeah, he called me Betsy Ross Finance. I was like, okay, I sewed the American flag. I don't understand. Like, there could have been a better reference for like an old person.
Well, I mean, it's like you're like an old guy and you're dead. Where's your balls? Like, so my balls are contingent upon buying a company that's not worth what you'd be paying for it. Like, that's called just being stupid, not ballsy.
Man, you're a real man if you buy AMC and then you just shill it on your YouTube channel and grift. Who's paying the most for extra services, the truckers or the sailors? Well, the sailors, they're on the ships. You know, they're saving money. So they come back, they go wild.
They're flush with cash when they get to those docks.
How do I know? Don't worry about it.
He's spending a lot of that money like city to city. So he's not piling it up. So you're probably going to get a better rate at the docks.
So have you shifted from the truck stop to the docks now? Is that like your primary haunt?
It's going to have to be. You got to retire early.
It's more work. It's a longer commute, but it's worth it for the money. Elon Musk poops at a gas station. Elon Musk farts. Stock 10Xs.
Dude, here's the thing, though. I mean, about Elon Musk. Elon Musk could crap on a piece of tinfoil and put it on eBay, and he'd probably get a fan to bid $1 million for it.
A minimum. That's I'd say that's way more than that. Jay Nagy's balls fit inside the Stanley Cup. Is that a big
I
cup?
wish. I'm getting at that age where they hang lower than they used to. Running becomes more painful as you get older. That's why you got to get the boxer briefs.
You got to tape them. This S-Coin thing is getting annoying. I used to not care, but now coin name Elon Musk. Yeah, it's so stupid. Like, I don't know if these kids actually think this is funny. I think it's so corny and stupid.
Bro, I've talked to these people at the gym. They think it's a legit thing.
Like, is this the future of finance? Like these stupid coins that have no value. Like, it's just like, what is going on with our country?
Eventually people come around.
It's insane, man. It's just so stupid. Like, everything's gambling now. It's not even investing. What would be the stock if you had to buy Monday? I mean, Baba. I could say it recovered in 2 years.
Baba, Intel.
But like, you might not get rewarded for. But you could buy a stock and it just stays flat for a long time. I mean, look at even like Microsoft and Amazon. Like, they got annihilated during the .com bubble, and it took like decades for it to really take off again. So you need to have like supreme patience if you want to buy individual stocks. And if you don't have that patience, then don't freaking buy them. Just buy indexes. Nothing wrong with that. I used to have 100 gazillion Elon early this spring and sold it because I started finding it annoying too. It's stupid, man. It's so stupid.
Wait, there's an Elon token?
Is it Elon? Because I know there's like Dogelon. Let me see if there's an Elon. I'm sure there is just like a regular Elon token. Elon token. Dogelon Mars. Yeah, it's Dogelon.
What's million token at?
Oh, let's check. You know, because everybody said I was stupid when I called it for a pump and dump that it was. And it's at $30. I think all of crypto is getting pumped right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a broad market pump. I need Braba to drop. Yeah, it's a good deal now. I mean, being honest, you could buy it now. You'd be fine. That would have been worth $250K. Man, should have held to your Dogelon, bro. As a future officer, do you think it's possible to own Baba? I don't think it matters. I was never asked to give financial disclosures. None of my friends were. I don't think it.
And I mean, dude, even if it becomes a thing, you can turn around and sell it. But I don't really see a scenario. I had a secret clearance I don't really see a scenario where they're going to be like, hey, let us look in your Roth IRA.
Yeah, that just seems like I don't know. I don't remember because, I have a secret clearance too, and I don't remember. I guess top secret might be different, but who knows? My cadre told me I'm probably going to have to sell it to make my clearance. I don't believe that. You need to go verify that, though.
Yeah,
you don't want to buy it when it's low, and then it crashes more, then you have to sell it.
Yeah, dude, just go verify that. If you have to sell it, I mean, you still have a year and a half. You can sit on it and wait for it to I think probably a year from now, I think BABA will be somewhere in the mid twos.
It's possible. I mean, honestly, like if all the fears went away, that thing could shoot up way into the 300s. I mean, we just don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, I tend to be conservative, but my thing is, I'm thinking next year, most of the fear will be baked out of it, and you'll be looking at like a $240 to $260 stock at that point.
Yeah, we're just in a stupid time. It's like Tesla's going up and adding 40 billion a day, and BABA's down 3% every day. It's like the whole market's just freaking stupid right now. BABA's it's an amazing deal right now. Amazing. I have BABA now. I want to bring my average down. I mean, what if it doesn't go down anymore? You don't know. I mean, if it goes up to 300 next year, you still would get a great deal by buying it now. I mean, but it's your choice.
I had a buy point for a 15% return on BABA of like $195.
Yeah, you're not going to lose out. I mean, assuming it actually, doesn't get delisted or something. There is always that risk.
When it was down to like when it was down at like 140, I was getting like a 18% return on that thing. So
yeah, it's a steal. I mean, I'm maxed out on my position. I'm done buying it. But if you have more money, I mean, I don't think it's going to hurt as long as
no matter how good you think a stock is, just don't go nuts and make it 50% of your portfolio.
Yeah.
And remember, like if it shoots up irrationally, but you still think it's a good company, just take your initial investment off the table and maybe a little profit and then just leave it in there. I'm going to write these guys down.
Teddy Zane and Lou. More crypto shills. Well, I did a poll on my channel, and I think people want more scumbag exposure, so maybe I'll do that for them. And they also want stoink analysis. I think I'm going to do Ford. That's my next stunk. And here's a hint: it's not a buy right now. They told me if I can own index funds, but the individual securities are sketchy. Whatever.
Bro,
if you're not worried about it, if it goes up,
bro, you got a year or more to worry about that. I wouldn't worry about it just get your guidance now, and then they're like, yeah, man, you're probably going to have to sell that. Just get ready and then wait. Hopefully, in the meantime, BABA becomes irrational and you can get all your money out.
Yeah, if you're just stop buying it, and then, like I said, as soon as you can make some money, just sell it. If you're that concerned about it. If stocks are overvalued, isn't the index fund innately overvalued? No, the index fund is just it's just the market. I mean, if the market's overvalued, the index fund's overvalued. But at the same time, you don't know how far these stocks can go. And when you're buying index funds, you're buying it when it's overvalued and undervalued, and you just average it out over time. So you eventually get like the fair value of the market over time. So don't try and time the market because you'll F it up. Good to know. Blah, 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 blah. You guys are flipping my flapjacks. We got about 2 minutes, guys. Suppose Dave Ramsey. I already did him like 20 freaking times. Jay, are you a Tesla AAA lover or hater? Do you like Tesla, Jay?
I'm not even a hater. I just, at a certain point, I just acknowledge like something's okay. You guys are paying way more money than you should for this stock. You're not going to get your money out. No matter how much you insult me, it's not my fault the stock is overpriced.
It is your fault. You should be ashamed of yourself. It's the future. I can still hold until later when they want me to sell. Yeah, I just hope it's not down when you have to sell. Yeah, no issues buying it. Well, I mean, I'm a reservist, dude. And I have a secret clearance. They're probably expired by now. I would not use me as the metric for whether you can buy that stock or not. Gaming ETFs are good deals. No, I don't think they are because this industry will only go up in this day and age. It matters what you pay for it. It doesn't matter if the industry is growing. If you pay more for the growth than it's worth, no, it's not going to go up. It all depends on the price you pay for it. Buckos. Anyway, I'm done with comments. Unless y'all want to give me super chats, and I'll take your money. Any last comments, Jay?
No, I mean, we covered it for the week.
Yep. Well, we'll do this next week. It may be this time. We'll probably just do noon next week unless I have crap going on.
Well, just let me know because I can move around because I'm a single dude. I don't have any responsibilities. So if it's like, well, we need to go at 7, we need to go at 7. If you need to go at noon, you need to go at noon.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely know, and then I'll know by Friday if we have anything going on, and then I'll let you know and put the thing up so y'all know too. It's either gonna be like this time, like today, or it's gonna be 7, depending on what I can fit in. So,
yeah, it's just doing it much earlier than this. You're not gonna get you're gonna get crabby me because I didn't get enough sleep.
Yeah, I didn't hear from you. I thought you slept through. I was like, oh no, Jay.
No, I got up. I got up at 11. I made food, and then I went and got 2 cans of coffee, and then I came back.
Nice. I think I'm about to go for a run. It's 66 outside. I'm going for a run.
Yeah, it's actually really nice here. No humidity in the air.
Dude, if I ever, leave my job, I'm moving to Florida. 100%.
Do you want total tropical weather? Because this is what I've said. I like a little bit of winter, so I'd probably like the Panhandle more than I like Tampa. Because Tampa, at a certain point, it's like October, and you're just walking to your car and your balls are sweating because it's 4,000 humidity outside. You're like, all right, can I just get a break from this for a little bit? How about 2 months of break from the humidity? And then
I'm a tropic man. I think Tampa or Miami are the 2 places that I'm thinking about. I need to go visit them and see them, but
you don't want to go to Miami, bro. Unless you speak Spanish.
I mean, I used to speak Spanish and I forgot it, but I could probably relearn it.
Try Tampa, Orlando.
I think Tampa sounds good. They got some beach. I don't think you don't get hit by hurricanes that much, do you?
The last one that hit here was 100 years ago, but that also increases the odds that you're going to get hit.
Yeah, watch me buy a house and it gets destroyed. All right, last comment. Do you post or announce your live? So it should be posted. It should pop up as like a pending video. I usually try to do it at least the day before if I can. So just be on the lookout, and it's usually there. But it's either around this time or it's 7. Sorry, I could be more consistent, but I got crap to do. Anyway, that's it for today's live stream. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, buy my book, buy my merchandise, subscribe to Jay's channel, give me all your money, and buy my course for $10,000.
Any last comments,
Jay?
Nope.
All right, I'll see you next week.
All right, man. See ya.
Bye.